A pleasant good morning, everyone. I have one question on this beautiful blue skies. We continue to claim that. Morning in Tallahassee. Are there any rattlers in the house today? We are absolutely delighted to see so many prospective students, parents, alumni. Of course, our university leadership joins us today. Our Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Palm, our Provost, Dr. Watson, and other university leadership who are in the house today. We are also glad to see our royal court and esteemed members of student government, and of course, our presidential ambassadors. Your presence on the highest of 7 hills is shining through, and we're so glad to have you with us. In fact, will all alumni of the historic Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University please rise and applaud yourselves? Woo-hoo! You are a product of the academic foundation laid at the institution that has been opening doors to educational success for thousands of students, soon to be 137 years on October 3rd of this year. And we're so glad to have you with us today. I am Carmen Cummings, a proud alumna of the prestigious School of Journalism here at Florida A&M, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce a familiar face at the helm of leadership at FAMU. He's successfully navigated so many impactful roles at FAMU. He's been our provost, the VP of Academic Affairs, director of the Environmental Institute. He's also been blessed to enjoy a prestigious career in our nation's capital in the Obama administration as the Senior Scientific Advisor of the USDA's Cooperative Research, Education, and Extension Service, served as a Director of Critical Environmental Research for the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, and was a leader and is a leader in the field of environmental chemistry, policy, management, and marine research. An alumnus of Lemoyne-Owen College and Memphis State University and Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri, he has garnered a plethora of well-deserved accolades for his more than 27 years of distinguished service at FAMU. He is indeed a brilliant nuclear chemist, but also a loving father and devoted husband to our First Lady of Florida A&M University, the regal Sharon Robinson, who happens to be here with us today. I must tell you, he has quite the sense of humor. I believe he is among the kings of practical jokers on this campus, and many of us have fallen prey as comedic victims. But on a serious note, he is also a truly disciplined yet humbled, accomplished visionary who truly cares about our students. On any given Wednesday or Friday, you will find him at the CAF, which many of you may tour today, for Fried Chicken Wednesday and Fish Friday, as he loves to engage with our students, not just some of the time, but consistently. He believes knowledge is power and enjoys participating in dialogue across the country to raise awareness about the relevance and sustainability of our precious HBCUs, especially the crown jewel, Florida A&M University, which under his leadership is now recognized on the national stage as the top public HBCU in the country. And he never grows weary in promoting the great things happening on the highest of 7 hills to ensure that we are always striking from the top. Rattlers, parents, students, friends, please welcome the 12th president of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, the only Dr. Larry Robinson.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Ms. Cummings, for that very fine introduction. I would like, before I forget again, to ask my wife of 39 years, Ms. Sharon Robinson, to please stand and be acknowledged. Please. Thank you, Sharon. And sitting beside her is another major leader here at Florida A&M University. In fact, she wears multiple hats. Dr. Shantae Friday-Stroud, our VP for Development, Director of the FAMU Foundation, and Dean of the School of Business and Industry. Thank you, too, for joining us this morning. I want to begin by just thanking all of the parents and guardians and friends and ministers and neighbors, Babe Burnham, and all of those folks who are responsible for you being here today. So would y'all please stand with me and acknowledge all the people who saw to it that you got here to Florida A&M this morning. Thank you, or last night. Because they truly know the value of a college education. In spite of what you might be hearing out there about things to the contrary, the truth of the matter is that if you really want to make a difference in this society that's sustaining and sustainable within your communities, then you made the right decision to come to FAMU to seek opportunities for a college degree. You may or may not get one, but please let that be your decision as opposed to someone else's decision on your behalf. So you are in the right place at the right time. Welcome to the highest of 7 hills. As you heard, for the 5th consecutive year, FAMU is the highest ranked public HBCU in the nation, and there's over 50 of those out there. There's 102, 103 historically black colleges and universities in the nation, and all of them are doing some wonderful things. But FAMU is now ranked number 3 overall in terms of the nation's historically black colleges and universities, right? And then in terms of being a top national public university, in fact, number 91, you need to know that there are hundreds of institutions out there in that category. And so we're really, really proud of the outstanding faculty, staff, and of course our students who have made this happen. You know, none of you would probably know as much about FAMU if it wasn't for our great alumni. And so I want to pause for a minute and ask our alumni again to stand and be recognized for the great work that you do in bringing the best and the brightest to the highest of 7 hills. Thank you. Another factor I want to share with you all today is that this has to do with your path towards college and why FAMU would be the best choice for you. Because we also rank 21st in the nation in terms of social mobility, which is a measure of our ability to get you in and out of this place quickly and into gainful employment opportunities or post-baccalaureate experiences otherwise. And by the way, for those of you who do want to go on and become a doctor of this or a PhD of that, there are only 2 institutions in America who send more African Americans to post-baccalaureate experiences than Florida A&M University. Okay, so you have made the right decision to be with us here today. And the reason, this is our secret sauce, right? This is what makes FAMU and perhaps HBCUs so special in our society. We have a highly competent group of faculty and staff who really care about you, and more importantly, they come to work every day expecting that you're going to succeed, right? That's a big difference in between going to a place where someone believes in your capacity to be anything that you dream of being, as opposed to a place that puts limits on what your potential might be. At FAMU, we believe in the potential of each and every student who crosses the threshold to Florida A&M University, regardless of your race, gender, religion, sexual orientation. Once you come to FAMU, you're a rattler for life. Right? You are a rattler for life. Our faculty are on the cutting edge of research, and it's not just that they're bringing in millions of dollars for the sake of doing research for the sake of doing research. They also realize that you have to be part of the problem-solving capacity of this great nation, so they're training you, even at the undergraduate level, to get involved in most cutting-edge research on this campus and elsewhere. It's kind of interesting. Our faculty have had 3 consecutive years of record-breaking research funds garnered for the last 3 years, and in fact, the most recent year, they received over $90 million to support research and development at this institution. I also want to say to you that there's some concern about what degree program you ought to be in at FAMU, right? And you know, you need to make the right decision for the program that you're most interested in as a student, not in terms of what mom and dad wants, but what you want to do. Because I just want to ask you this simple question, and alums, y'all could chime in on this. What is the best degree program at Florida A&M University? That's right. Every single one of them, we have evidence of people who have left those programs to become incredible leaders across the space in this country and around the world. We offer 14 colleges and schools, 54 bachelor's degrees, 29 master's degrees, 3 professional degrees, and 12 doctoral degrees right here on this campus. It's really incredible the array of programs that we have to offer, and each and every one of them are outstanding. And you need to know that. But pick the one that you have the compassion for, the one that's going to get you to where you want to go in terms of your own professional dreams. We prepare our students for the world because we know that the world isn't going to be right without our students in it, right? We have to be at the table, not just in the room, and perhaps not even at the table. We need to be at the head of the table, and that's what we prepare you for at Florida A&M University. Just a few examples, just in case you think this elderly black man is up here out of his mind, talking things that he can't validate. Well, here's a few examples. The former chair of the board of directors for Microsoft. Y'all know what Microsoft is? It's one of the largest companies in the world, not just the US. Well, the former chair of the board at Microsoft is a FAMU graduate, Mr. John Thompson. How many of you like Nike or Converse All-Stars? How many of you like those, right? You need to know that Mr. Scott Uzel, the vice president and general manager currently of Nike North America, is a FAMU graduate. He's not just in the room, he's not just at the table, he's at the head of the table, which is where we prepare our students to go. It's interesting, too, that how many of you watch Good Morning America or news in general? Well, you probably didn't know this, but you will before you leave here, that Kim Godwin, the president of ABC News, is a graduate of Florida A&M University. She's not just in the room, she's not just at the table, she's at the head of the table, and that's what we prepare you for here at Florida A&M University. We take our motto seriously. Excellence with caring. We're going to prepare you well for the world, and we expect you to do great things when you go out into the world, but it's not just enough to do great things on your own behalf. That other part, we expect you to excel in as well, and that is caring and giving back to those who have given so much for you to get to where you are. But those of you who are interested in politics, you know, there's a litany of folks. The FAMU have done great things. There's just a couple of people who come to mind recently is, for example, the mayor, Ken Welch of St. Petersburg, Florida, is the first African-American. Oh, we got St. Pete in the room? All right. Mayor Ken Welch is a graduate of Florida A&M University. And if you like colder weather, you can go north to St. Paul, Minnesota, for another FAMU graduate who's the mayor there, Mr. Melvin Carter. Rattlers are everywhere. And students, this is perhaps one of the most important messages I will share with you this morning. And that is, you can get anywhere from Florida A&M University, and I do mean anywhere. Marquise Bell, a graduate of Florida A&M University and now a member of the Dallas Cowboys, is this year's National Football League's HBCU Spotlight Player of the Year. He fulfilled his dream to get to the NFL from Florida A&M University. And of course, we have a wonderful array of academic programs, but we also have a very competitive array of athletic programs as well. You all may know this, but our women have won the SWAC championship in cross country, tennis, volleyball. What am I leaving out? I don't know. Track and field, indoor track and field. Our men's baseball team won the SWAC championship last year. And of course, you all know that this is the home of the HBCU National Football Champions right here at Florida A&M University. Okay, so here's what I want you to make note of for sure though, because, and I don't see Dr. Hudson here. Is he coming? Where is he? See, he may be smiling, but that's another side of him that I have to explain to people. And he's not mean about it, but he is kind of mean. But y'all need to know this, right? You really do, parents, guardians, and students alike. This year, just like last year, we've had a record year in the number of undergraduate students applying to Florida A&M University. Over 20,000 students are applying for the seat that you want, right? But when all of the dust settles, Dr. William Hudson Jr., don't say senior, William Hudson Jr. and his team are only going to enroll something on the order of 1,600 students, okay? So young people and not so young people, you need to make FAMU your first choice, right? Continue to do your best in school because you need to know of the students that Dr. Hudson and his team have admitted already have an average high school GPA of 4.01. And I know most of you have higher GPAs than that, but at the same time, you need to know FAMU is a place of choice where some of the world's best and the brightest students are coming. And on that point, you need to know that currently, something on the order of 1 out of every 4 students who attend this university are coming from someplace other than Florida, right? We have students from 35 states currently enrolled, and in that application pool, every state in the union is represented. We have over 70 countries from which students are enrolled at FAMU. You can see the world right here on this campus, but if that's not enough, we do have a world-class study abroad program to get you out there into the world as well. So make FAMU your first choice. Do not take any chances on Dr. Hudson being nice and kind, because he's gonna stick to his guns. And when y'all start emailing me and calling the chairman of the board of trustees, I'm just gonna send them to Bill Hudson, the gentleman who's smiling right now. But when you don't do your stuff and do it timely, I don't know how much sympathy he's going to have. So really, really take that point seriously. We want to see you all here. It's very likely that you won't all come, but those of you who really have a passion for coming to Florida A&M University, make this institution your first choice. Don't wait until you hear from University X, Y, or Z and assume that the spot for you at FAMU is going to be waiting. We're also building a new facility to get ready for you in 2025. We just closed on a $97 million deal for another 700-bed residence hall modeled in the same way as the FAMU Towers, right? So we'll see that opening in the fall of 2025. We're getting ready for you. In fact, we've been getting ready for you for 136 years. We've been waiting on you, right? And All you have to do is do your part to get here and do your part once you arrive. I'm going to end on that point because my voice is breaking up. I've been under the weather a little bit lately, but I just want you to know that whatever you dream of, wherever you want to go, you can get there from Florida A&M University. Thank you and good morning.
Let's give Dr. Larry Robinson another round of applause. You see, just 2 years ago, I was in these same seats as you were. I was a new student, kind of overwhelmed with everything that FAMU had to offer. But one thing that I kept in the back of my head is that if you take a chance on FAMU will open so many doors to your success. So, moving forward, I want to introduce you all to a couple of entrance workshops, some things that you may need to know when coming to FAMU. So join me in welcoming Mr. Hugh Durham with FAMU Admissions.
All right, good morning. That was a little bit weak. Let's try it one more time. Good morning. Awesome. Well, ladies, gentlemen, esteemed guests, alumni, and prospective students, welcome to Florida A&M University. Welcome to our open house. It is an absolute pleasure. It's great to see so many eager faces here today filled with excitement and curiosity about the endless possibilities that await you here at our esteemed institution. I'm here to give you information as it relates to the Office of Admissions, so therefore we put you in the best possible position for us to say yes as opposed to saying no. But before we get started, I want to acknowledge, I understand that we have some accepted students in the house. Can you please stand, accepting students? You may be seated. Thank you. Welcome to the FAMU Lee. All right, so our theme this year for admissions for the incoming class is that it is time. So to give you a list of accolades, because anytime when you think about the institution that you're going to apply to and ultimately want to attend, you got to know a little bit about the institution. I won't spend too much time because I know President Robinson covered a lot of our accolades. Next slide, please. But we'll start off with, of course, out of the 100 and something HBCUs in the country, being ranked number 3 out of all the HBCUs. Excellence. Of course, you heard the common theme of being the number 1 public HBCU for 5 consecutive years. We're really, truly excited about that. Of course, when we talk about social mobility, so our students have the ability to be transformed, their lives, we're ranked number 21 out of all the thousands of institutions in the country, meaning that a degree from FAMU is really going to transform you in your life. When we talk about some of the other accolades, did you know that you're on the campus that's the number 1 campus for health science majors? That is FAMU excellence. And then, of course, being a top 100 undergraduate teaching institution means that when you leave our campus, you're actually going to learn things that you'll actually be able to apply in the real world. So we're really excited about that. Next slide. One more time. All right, so when we talk about institutions, you should also look at the cadre of alumni, because truth of the matter is, right, the alumni become your family, right? But more importantly, they also become your new network. So when we talk about some of the amazing individuals that have had the opportunity to grace our halls and our classrooms and to grace our campus, this is just a little list of them. Not, of course, a comprehensive list, but you'll see ex-mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms of Atlanta, Georgia, and I understand Atlanta's in the house today. Of course, so from FAMU, you can get anywhere, right? Because she's in the White House, the Director of Public and Civic Engagement, helping the president interact with black and brown communities in his cabinet. Of course, you'll see Dr. Marina Snowden, the first African-American woman to get a PhD in nuclear engineering, and she did so at MIT after getting her education here at Florida A&M. Of course, you'll see Will Packer, who's eclipsed over $1 billion in the box office with movies such as Girls Trip, Think Like a Man, the first and the only African American to host the Oscar Awards. So once again, Will Packer is an example of that we don't put you in a box. He was an electrical engineering major here at Florida A&M. And then next slide, please. So when we talk about, of course, the programs, you've had an opportunity to circle, hopefully, right, the rotunda to see the depth and the breadth of our 98 programs spanning our 14 schools and colleges. Next slide. And then when we talk about admissions requirements, so what do you need to do for Florida A&M to put yourself in the best possible position so that Florida A&M is able to say yes as opposed to saying the alternative? Well, first thing is that we're going to look at a GPA. See, GPA is so important to us because GPA tells us a story. It tells us a story about your work ethic. It tells us a story about your persistence. And those are important tools that we need to see, right, that will let us know that you'll be able to graduate within 4 years or less. And especially the first year, which is probably going to be the most challenging year of life, right, making that transition from high school to college. So when we look at a GPA, we're looking to start evaluating at about a 3.3 GPA. Of course, we recalculate the GPA, so we take out the PEs, we take out some of the electives, and we're really looking at an academic core. And the academic core that we're looking at, right, are 4 years of math. Not 3 years, but 4 years of math. We're looking for students who also have 4 years of English. We're looking for students that have the same foreign language. So you got to have 2 foreign languages, whether that's Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, French 1 and French 2, German 1 and German 2, or American Sign Language in 1 and 2. So the same foreign language. We want you to have 3 social sciences. We want you to have 3 physical sciences, and your physical sciences, of course, are your hard sciences, like the biologies, the chemistries, the physics, etc. So then when we look at our SAT, because FAMU is not test optional, say with me one time, not test optional. That means you have to have an SAT and ACT score. But make no mistake, the SAT doesn't tell us whether or not you're going to come to FAMU and be great in 4 years. No, the SAT and ACT tells us a little bit about your college readiness, and that's extremely important. So there's no secret. We lay it out for you. We tell you what you need to have as it relates to our fall class. On the SAT, we break it down, right, evidence-based reading and writing, as well as we break it down for you on math. And I will tell you that our students tend to struggle a little bit more in math, but there are some great resources, right? If you master the small concepts, those concepts will lend to the bigger concepts, and before you know it, that's the one section of the test that if you get the right answer, you don't have to check any of the other answers. You got it, and you can move on to the next test. So the beautiful thing about how we evaluate the SAT and ACT is that we super score. Say it with me, super score. Okay, what does super score mean? It means that of all the times you've taken the SAT, all of the times that you've taken the ACT, we're only going to take your best evidence-based reading and writing, we're only going to take your best math, and we'll put that together for you, even if that's not in the same testing administration. And the same goes for the ACT, and of course for the ACT, you can send directly over your super score. But the key thing is you have to make sure that you send all scores. We will not receive them if you don't list Florida A&M down as an institution to receive those scores. Next slide. You can apply via the common application as well as our institutional application, which can be found on www.famu.edu, the Apply Now bar right on the main page. So some helpful tips. Well, first thing is you have to remember that when you take the SAT and ACT, please list Florida A&M down as an institution to receive your score. Our SAT school code is 5215. Our ACT school code is 0726, so if you actually enter in either of those respective numbers, you will bring up Florida A&M and you can proceed with sending all of your scores. Then, of course, when you look at the application volume, as Dr. Robinson has alluded to, well, think about this. If you apply early on, and we have something called early action. And early action just means that you apply early on when our application opens up on August the 1st. That gives you priority consideration for scholarships. It gives you priority consideration as it relates to housing. It gives you priority consideration as it relates to our living learning communities in that application. And of course, access to our honors program and our honors application. So early action application opens up on August 1. The beautiful thing about early action is that we're guaranteed to give you a decision. Last year it was December 4th, and I think it's going to be around the same time, whether it's December 4th or December 1st, more or less. But the key is you'll have the opportunity to pay your admissions deposit, pay your housing deposit, and really have access to all of the rights and benefits of enrolling and matriculating as becoming a student. So please apply early. It's easier to sort through applications and be competitive when there's only 3,000 or 4,000 applications as compared to when there's over 20,000 applications. So we love dual enrollment. Important students, if you apply, right, and plus 40% of our freshman class are dually enrolled, which means they're coming in with some type of college level credit. So it's so important that when you apply and you get in, or whether or not you want to increase your academic profile, well, right now we only require that you submit your high school transcripts. But it would be also beneficial if you are taking community college level classes that you submit that transcript as well. So there we can evaluate that and get you college level credits so that therefore, hopefully the goal will be that you graduate less than 4 years. We want to get you out, if you have a whole 24 credits, we want to get you out in 3 years. So we love dual enrollment. Please make sure that you get those credits sent over and transcripts sent over so therefore we can evaluate those credits. So on that note, I'm going to end. I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for spending time with us this Saturday morning. We look forward to you, prospective students. There is no place better on this planet than Florida A&M University. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hugh Durham. Now, I'd like to welcome Ms. Lysandra Bryce with FAMU Financial Aid.
Good morning. I thought we were going to have a little music, but how many of you all love money? Awesome, awesome. So do I. So today, my name is Lysandra Bryce, and I currently serve as the Director of the Office of Financial Aid. It's such a pleasure to be here just to talk to you very briefly about the FAFSA and prepare you for the upcoming academic year. Next slide. So looking at the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, short known as the FAFSA, can be completed at www.studentaid.com. Students who are admitted for summer 2024, you must complete the 2023-2024 FAFSA. Students who are admitted for the fall term must complete the 24-25 FAFSA. It is important that you complete this FAFSA every year. Department of Education is responsible for having the FAFSA available October 1st. Next slide. How to prepare for the FAFSA. Parents and students must complete a federal student aid identification number. Parents, you must file your IRS taxes, and you can definitely use the federal student aid estimator tool just so that you can learn what type of federal aid you will qualify for. Next slide. You may ask the question, what is financial aid? There's two types of financial aid. The first is gift aid, which is free money. Gift aid consists of grants, scholarships. Self-aid consists of employment opportunities such as work-study, loans, which is subsidized need-based, and unsubsidized non-need-based loan. You can also qualify for scholarships. The state of Florida offers Bright Future scholarships that can help pay for your tuition and fees. Academic scholarship pays 100% of your tuition and fees, and Medallion pays 75%. To learn more about the state scholarships, please visit www.floridastudentfinancialaid.org. Next slide. Other scholarship opportunities. You may not know this, but Tom Joyner Foundation offers a full ride for scholars who attend HBCU. Scholarship.com. Thousands of scholarships available for you to apply. NAACP and Thurgood Marshall. A few concepts to keep in mind. As you're preparing for school, you're looking at the cost of attendance. The cost of attendance includes tuition, room and board, books, miscellaneous, supplies that you will all have to factor in when you're budgeting. Another key concept is the Student Aid Index, formerly known as the Estimated Family Contribution. This number is actually used to determine the type of aid you will qualify for. Next slide. As you complete the FAFSA, the Department of Education may select you for verification. You are required to submit certain documents to your school. Next slide. This year we experienced hardship, but it's not just FAMU. Department of Education has delayed FAFSAs for the 24-25 academic year. As a result of this delay, major impacts and challenges have all schools suffered from. One, we're unable to determine your financial aid for the upcoming academic year. We had to push our deadline dates back for you to commit. And students and families, it put you into a hardship because at this point, you are waiting to determine how much financial aid you will receive so that you can budget and choose the right school, FAMU, to attend. But what can we share with you today? The FAFSA is available for you to complete. If you haven't done so, please do so immediately. The process is very streamlined and easier for students and parents. There's new terminology that's definitely introduced. It has expanded eligibility for the federal Pell Grant, and it's supposed to be a better experience for all. So we want you to stay in the know. By doing so, please follow us on Instagram at FAMU Financial Aid _1887, our webpage. We have our contact information available for you that you can definitely schedule a one-to-one Zoom call with any of our counselors. Keep in mind some financial aid tips. Again, the FAFSA is available October 1st. You want to know and understand your school of choice process. Read all of your emails, submit all required documents. Remember, your education is an investment. Welcome to the Hill. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bryce. Now join me in welcoming Mr. Herb Johnson with University Housing.
Good morning. It's such an honor to be here today. Thank you all for having me. My name is Herb Johnson. I serve as the interim director for University Housing. And I'm going to tell you a few reasons why staying on campus is the right decision for you and exactly how you do that. Next slide. First, we look to be an extension of the classroom for our students. You spend more time in university housing than you actually do in the classroom. And we endeavor to make sure that you stay in a safe, clean, nurturing environment that's conducive to you being able to be successful in the classroom. So, we have a few different styles of housing here, and hopefully you got an opportunity to see some of those places when you were on your tour today. As a personal privilege, I will tell you I was actually the first person ever to move into Polkinghorne Village. So with that being said, we have a few different places that you can stay in, and I will always emphasize that you can always go to www.famu.edu/housing and take a virtual tour of all of our facilities. Each and every one of our facilities has either recently been built or recently been renovated. So we take great pride in creating atmospheres and opportunities for our students to stay in very nice facilities. I will tell you at this moment in time, this is the best stock of facilities and accommodations that our campus has ever had. Next slide. So, why stay here on campus? One, we focus on the safety of our students. All of our facilities have 24-hour staff desks. We have professional staff members that stay within the halls, and we also have highly trained student employees that are there for your convenience and there for your assistance in order to make sure that you have a comfortable living environment and you have advisors who can help you through your transition here on campus. We're also very highly involved in your academic success. So we have tutorial labs, we have computer labs, we have living learning communities that I'll talk about in a little while, and we want to make sure that you're in a place where you can build and have lifelong friends, and no place will be better than for you to actually have an opportunity to live within our facilities and make friends that you will have for the rest of your life. In addition, we are building, Dr. Robinson, he spoke about the 700-bed facility that we'll be opening on next year. So this class has a very interesting opportunity. So this year, of course, you can stay in one of our newly renovated or built facilities, but next year, you have an opportunity as a sophomore to stay in our 700-bed facility. The year after that, we look to open an additional 500 beds right across the street on the site of where Paddyfoot and Gibbs Hall used to be. And then your senior year, you have the opportunity to stay in our brand new 800 bed that we plan on opening in 2027. So we have great things that are happening in university housing, and there are a lot of great people within this room that are making things happen for each and every single one of you today. So let's talk about why you have to stay on campus. So it's been historically proven through research that students that stay on campus have higher GPAs, and those individuals that stay on campus their first year have a better opportunity of graduating within 4 years. So we do have a first year residency requirement that say all freshmen have to stay on campus, and we have made more than enough space available for those individuals to be able to stay on campus. So what makes you a first-time in college student? Those are students that are under the age of 21 on the first day of class. They have less than 30 semester hours as recognized by Florida A&M University, and they have stayed on campus for less than 2 years. So there are some exceptions to those rules. So if you have graduated from a high school that is within 35 miles of this university, you may still stay at home with your parents, or you can choose to make that great decision to come stay on campus with us. Students that are married, students that have dependent children, or students that are older than 21 on the first day. Some of our students do have 2-year requirements. Those are all student athletes and any of the students who receive these scholarships from the university, and also students that are part of the Access Summer Bridge or our CDAR program. So I told you that I'll speak to you about our living learning communities. Every single one of our colleges and schools, plus our honors program, has a living learning community on our campus that resides within Polkinghorne Village or FAMU Towers for the first-year students. These are areas where students live together, they take classes together, they're programmed together, they have dedicated academic and professional staff to assist them with their classes and their development. And also, it shows that each one of the students that have participated in our living learning communities, that they have higher GPAs, they persist on to the next classification faster, and they graduate faster. You also have some interesting opportunities within our halls to become leaders in our facilities. Right when you get here, it's a part of the second largest student organization here on campus, Resident Hall Association. You all can get involved with helping us to make decisions and be an advocate for your peers on university campus. Also, after that first semester, you will have the opportunity where you can apply to be a resident assistant within our halls. And these are the individuals, these are very highly coveted positions that assist our students in matriculating through the university. And as a point or a note, 7 of our last 9 Miss FAMUs have been resident assistants. So I know you're wondering, because you've heard all these exciting things, how do I apply for university housing? I'm so glad you asked me that. So you can go to www.famu.edu/housing for all the needs. There, you can click on apply to housing. It will tell you every semester, everything is up to date for you. We have videos, we have how-tos, but we also have our great staff in the University Housing Office that you can call Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to assist you with your needs in applying for housing. There are a few things that you need to understand as a first-time college student coming in, newly admitted student, when you're enrolling. That one, I hope everybody has already done this, but you have to pay your $150 admissions deposit in order to be able to gain access to university housing. The second step is making sure that you submit your $200 advance payment fee for housing. You will use your credentials to go through your iRattler system that have been provided to log in, and you will be able to apply for housing through there. So some key notes. Please keep in mind that space is limited, so we encourage you today, if you have already been accepted, make sure you pay that admissions deposit and go ahead and start submit your housing applications. Please be advised, we do take your preferences for your roommates, and understand those are not guaranteed. So what we ask for you to do is that if you have someone that you would like to room with, or if you have a particular facility that you want, make sure that during that application process that you complete that information, and the person that you choose or you have chosen that you would like to room with, that you all have submitted your applications together. Understand that applications are processed in the order of received and completed. So please understand that all these wonderful facilities, individuals like Polkinghorne Village and FAMU Towers are the newest facilities here on campus, are our most coveted places. Make sure that you apply early. And once again, placement is based on availability. So the information that I'm sure all you want to know, and this is a kept secret. A whole lot of people at FAMU don't even know this, but based off that date that they talked about earlier, where we have extended that May 15th decision date, FAMU housing application for newly admitted students has been extended to May 20th of this year. But still, do not wait. If you are looking to have your preferences, you need to apply as soon as possible. We look forward to welcoming you here on the Hill. So we have already started to advertise what our fall dates are. Once again, you can find this information on our website. We'll be looking to welcome you starting August 19th for a fall move-in. And finally, for our summer admits, we know that you all will be joining us. We've had a few questions at our table today. The application for Summer B move-in will be available on Monday, May 1st, and the deadline for submission is May 31st. And finally, that move-in date for Summer B for newly admitted students will be Thursday, June 20th. So once again, we welcome you to go to our website at famu.edu/housing. You also can connect with us at FAMU Housing at famu.edu and any one of the major social media sites at FAMU Housing at 1887. Thank you and welcome to the Hill.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. So we've told you about some of the great things that FAMU has to offer, and we've given you the tools necessary to make that transition easier. But now I feel like it's time that we introduce you to a little bit of spirit that FAMU has to offer. So give us a warm welcome to the incomparable Marching 100.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, we have our FAMU percussion section coming out. Come on, y'all show them some love. Y'all show them some love. You've seen them on YouTube. You've seen them on Instagram. You've seen them on TikTok. Now you got a free ticket. The percussion section is under the direction of Dr. Sheila James, celebrating over 60 years of service here at Florida A&M University. Yes, yes, Dr. James. Let's give it up for Dr. James. Yeah, let's give it up for percussion section. As they move into formation, my name is Mr. Darrell Baker. I currently serve as the Assistant Director of Bands here at Florida A&M University. On behalf of our Director, Dr. Shelby Chipman, and our Dean, Dr. Valencia Matthews, and our Department Chair, Mr. Lindsay Sargent, we welcome you to FAMU. Yes, we welcome you to FAMU. As you've heard all throughout today, FAMU has a lot of great traditions. First of all, let me get it. Where the parents at? Parents in the house? Can we get a shout out to the parents? Now, if you like me, and this is your last child graduating in a couple of months, come on now. That you? I know I'm celebrating. I have a daughter, she's a senior. She's going to be coming to FAMU. We're very, very proud of her. You've heard about a lot of great traditions here at FAMU, but there's one tradition that stands out. From Tallahassee to Los Angeles for the Rose Bowl, to Washington, D.C. for the inaugural parade, to Paris, France for the Louis Vuitton fashion show. There's one tradition on this campus that has spread across the whole world, and that's the Florida A&M University Marching 100. Yes, we're so delighted to be here today with you. We have about 200 of our 320-piece band members here today. So without further ado, everyone, please welcome the Florida A&M University Marching Band. The sound. Come on, give it up for the Marching 100 now. What you see before you, it's about 200 students representing 12 states in this country, all the way far as north from New York to California, engineering majors, nursing majors, every major here on this campus you see represented right here before you, some of the brightest, most talented students on the planet. So listen, we want you to get on your feet for FAMU Spirit. Yeah, conducted by Dr. Sheila James, our percussion instructor, over 60 years of service to Florida A&M University. Now bringing up Professor John Paul, our low brass director, the I'm from FAMU. On your feet, I'm from FAMU. I'm from FAMU. Come on, I'm from glad. I'm so glad. I'm from FAMU. Yes. SOS, SOS, you know it. Come on, crowd, you can clap, you can clap. S-O, S-S-O. Thank you, Professor John Paul. Yeah. This next one we know you're going to know for all y'all for back in the days, the 80s and the 90s, from school's days, conducted by a drum major, Mr. Lex Dortelis, Doing the Butt. Come on now, you know how to do it. Come on, give it up for the March of 100, the best band on the planet. Another campus favorite conducted by Mr. Kalen Jones from Atlanta, Georgia, drum major, vice versa, vice versa. Come on, y'all say the chant. Yeah. Yes. So we know you're going to know this one. On my mama. On my mama. We know y'all know that. On my mama. Professor John Paul. Come on, let's give it up for the Marching 100. It has certainly been our pleasure to be with you today. I just want to reiterate to everyone here what you see before you. Not only do these students have a magnificent musical talent, these are some of the brightest students in the world. We're recruiting students. They're all coming in with 4.0 or higher GPAs. They're maintaining those GPAs while being in such a rigorous group like this. So we want to congratulate you for being here. We want to congratulate the current members of the Marching 100. Again, I'd like to just pause to thank everyone from the FAMU band staff that is here, Mr. Terrence White, our compliance officer, Mr. Byron Smith, Professor John Paul, and Dr. Shayla James. We will be at the Foster Tanner building. If you have any questions about our Department of Music or bands, please come visit us in the band room or at the Foster Tanner Music building. We'll have professors over there today to answer any questions you may have. Again, thank you so much for having us. And now the FAMU exit.
Thank you, sir.
Let's give it up one more time for the world-renowned Marching 100. All right, before we give some final announcements, I want to introduce you to Florida A&M University's athletic director, Ms. Tiffany Sykes, to give a few words.
Good afternoon and welcome to the highest of 7 hills. My name is Tiffany Sykes, Vice President and Director of Athletics at FAMU. I was not expecting to speak, but whether you are a student, staff, or faculty member, one thing they teach you at FAMU is if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the home of Althea Gibson, the first black woman to win the Wimbledon, the home of Bob Hayes, the only athlete to win a gold medal in the Olympics and a Super Bowl championship ring, the home of Greg Coleman, the first African-American punter in the NFL, the home of Ken Riley, Pro Football Hall of Famer, the home of the 2023 SWAC baseball champions, the home of the 2023 SWAC tennis champions, the home of the 2023 women's cross country champions, the home of the 2024 women's indoor track and field champions, and last but not least, home of the 2023 HBCU National Football Championship team. So on behalf of all of our student athletes, coaches, and athletic staff, welcome to the highest of 7 hills, and I hope you enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. And now for some final announcements. I am Dr. William Hudson Jr., the Vice President of Student Affairs at the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. I want to personally thank each and every one of you. Our alumni, thank you for bringing the bus loads of students to show them what FAMU is about. Now next, we have the colleges and schools locations. And so we have our student leaders coming up. They have signs. And as I call the school or college, they're going to go with their signs. You will follow them to those areas. So first on the list is the School of Allied Health Sciences. You can either follow the students or you can go there yourself. That is the Lewis Beck Building, room 107, School of Allied Health Sciences. They'll meet you at the front door. Please meet them at the front door up top. School of Nursing, Ware Rainey, room 123, School of Nursing. College of Education, GECA, room 209, room 209. School of Business and Industry. They'll meet you up top. Mr. Hanna will be there as well to meet in front of SBI. College of Pharmacy. Meet up top, College of Pharmacy. Mr. Norton will meet in front of the pharmacy building for those that are walking over. School of Architecture. It will be at the back door of the architecture building. Mr. Tenner will be there on the ground floor, School of Architecture. College of Science and Technology, University Commons, room 123. College of Science and Technology. School of Journalism and Graphic Design, Journalism Building, Lecture Hall Room 202, School of Journalism and Graphic Design. College of Agriculture and Food Science, Perry Page Auditorium, College of Agriculture and Food Science. School of Engineering, FAMU, FSU College of Engineering. There will be shuttle buses out front to take you to the College of Engineering, but if you're driving over yourself, engineering is in Building B. It's at 2525 Potsdamer Street. And finally, the College of Social Science, Arts, and Humanities will be in the auditorium
Oh, really? In school? So that's for psychology majors, social work, criminal justice, theater, all of those majors, history. That is College of Science, Social Science, Arts, and Humanities. And this concludes our presentation for today. Thank you for coming, and travel safely home.